Yo, what's up, everybody? Thank you for joining us again this Sunday night for Fatman Live. Real quick, we have to we have to we have to give shout outs to Operation Deeds Not Words too. Everybody says they support disabled veterans until it's time to actually do something. Last year, through Operation Deeds Not Words, the Fat Man Nation with Green Line Morphs raised $7,200 for disabled veterans and first responders through Camp Freedom. And it proved something important. When this community actually pulls together, we can make a real difference. So this year, we're doing it again with Operation Deeds Not Words 2. And our goal this year is $10,000. Same mission, same attitude, just bigger. Camp Freedom provides outdoor adventures like hunting and fishing and just time back in nature for disabled veterans and first responders. Getting them out of clinical settings and getting them back to what really matters in life again. If you want to help us reach that $10,000 goal this year, then head on over to thefatmannation.com and pick yourself up an Operation Deeds Not Words t-shirt or a beanie. Because talking about helping people is easy. Actually doing something about it is what this campaign is all about. All right, that's Operation Deeds Not Words 2. We're smack in the middle of that campaign right now. And we're going to be taking it on the road. This Saturday, we're going to be in Gettysburg, Pennsylvania for the Gettysburg Reptile Expo, LLC. We're going to be going live all day long from 10 to 4 on the Fat Man Nation YouTube channel. And we'll be raising money for Deeds Not Words that benefits Camp Freedom. And check it out. This is the first responder shirt in black. And you'll be able to get this and the disabled vet shirt in black exclusively at the live shows that we're doing. So pick yourself up one at the Gettysburg Reptile Expo LLC. We're going to be raising money all day there. We're heading into the Fat Man Nation is going to be rolling in strong with Green Line Morphs, Bull Pythons, Sugar Skull Serpents, Large Marge Morphs. Shauna Corn is coming. HJS Serpents is coming. So stop by the booth, take a picture with us, say hello, pick yourself up a shirt, and listen, this is for a good cause. So I don't know why someone would not do it. Okay. So let's give some validations out. God knows that's the only reason you people are here. Dickie Foster, the guy with the greatest name in the biz. Thank you for coming, man. I appreciate you. Sammy Vargas. Sammy from Bull Pythons. We're going to be heading into Gettysburg together all weekend. The Gettysburg show is on Saturday only, but we're going to be staying there from Friday till Sunday. Blind Mike. What's going on, Blind Mike? Fucking sorry I had to cancel on you last night. We will make up for it. I just wasn't. Last night was one of those bad days. Good days, bad days. You have them. HJS Serpents, Rich and Sarah, also going to be in Gettysburg with us. So they're going to be hanging out. Kevin, also going to be in Gettysburg with us. Kevin will actually have some snakes to sell too. Mission Morphs. John, fucking thank you for always coming. I appreciate you, man. Let's see, who else do we got here? For Lori Gray, who just made a fairly big announcement, I believe, on the Gray Family Snakes channel. So go check it out. Go check out. They got some big news. Chris Blocker, thank you for coming, brother. I appreciate you. Let's see, that's all we got for now. Okay, good. Well, okay, all right. We got a real life snake person in the building today, not just a ball python person. Okay, matter of fact, not really a ball python person at all. So I'm gotta say I'm pretty happy about that. Let's see. I'm gonna bring her right on now. Kim Bell Mross. Kim, thank you for coming on. I appreciate you being here.
Of course. Yeah, I'm happy to be here.
It's so you run an organization called All Things Wild, correct?
Correct. Yes.
Okay, and give me the elevator pitch for All Things Wild.
All Things Wild is an educational group that I started that was kind of, we needed a bridge between the public and DNR, which is Department of Natural Resources here in Georgia. It seemed like anytime someone had a problem with wildlife, someone else said, "Oh, call DNR," and DNR would go, "We don't handle that." Um, so it was really just getting education to the people, taking a little pressure off DNR, even though they didn't ask for it. Um, Taking the pressure off them, but getting people answers that they really needed, whether it be for snakes, owls, coyotes, fox, bears, you name it. But my passion has always been with the reptiles because being a Georgia girl here growing up, snakes are vilified. They're vilified everywhere. Even animal lovers will go, "Well, I don't like snakes." So I knew that's where my heart would be. And starting All Things Wild North Georgia is what it's actually called, has been such a lifeline, I think, for not only the communities that surround Georgia, but also for the animals and giving them kind of a relief. Some of my biggest poo pooers out there are now some of my biggest fans. So I've slowly but surely turned people's perception. And that's what I wanted to do. That was the whole basis of All Things Wild North Georgia: education, education, education.
And does All Things Wild work in conjunction with the Department of Natural DNR?
No, I am licensed through DNR as a wildlife trapper, but I only use it for good. So people will contact me and say, "Hey, I want you to come trap these coyotes." That's not how I operate. I only use my trapping license so that I may legally trap animals that are injured or need to maybe be moved to a different location. Um, it's not used for trapping and killing sprees. Yeah,
Okay. So you do relocation also for the majority of the
within reason. Yeah,
right. Okay. All right. And you're also kind of well, you were joking before. You said D-list famous. Uh, you you were the snake wrangler on The Walking Dead.
I
So
was.
talk about
Yeah.
that for a little bit. How great would that be?
Um, Best time of my life.
I
Uh,
could
I'm getting I'm getting paid to catch snakes on my favorite show.
imagine.
What more could you ask for? Um, and it wasn't, there was no shortage of snakes. So it was, I had buckets with me. And of course, you separate everybody according to who's what and who's going to eat who and what's this and this is venomous and this isn't venomous. And, um, I'm known for my buckets. And God, what a ride. I mean, I don't know what to
And
say.
you did that for like
Blessed.
6 years, you said, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So that must have been a decent, steady paycheck.
It was amazing. And then COVID happened.
Oh,
Yeah. And
okay.
we had to rethink how we shot everything. At the same time that COVID is happening, I think producers and directors are all scrambling on how to make things happen. And then we've got AI that has bumped in. So
Yeah.
that has really changed the game too. So that wonderful, beautiful job that I had is really kind of dried up. Last thing I did was Murdaugh Murders, which was a fantastic series that we did, and it was shot here in Georgia, and I worked on that all last summer. But that was the last thing that I've really got to work on. I've been busy in dermatology just as a side job to keep it going.
Right, right. Okay. So the All Things Wild, uh, that has to keep you busy in, in the mean run. It probably doesn't pay as well, right?
It pays nothing. I do
Oh,
this
it's
for
nothing.
free. It pays
Okay.
nothing. I do this for free. This is my way of giving back to my community and giving back to the animals. My dad was a fire chief here in Atlanta, and if I wasn't at the fire station with him, I was in the woods with him, and we did everything. I was blessed to be a camping kid. I got my junior ranger badge when I was 7. Um, I was hiking, fishing, camping, you name it. I was outdoors, and that's where my love of snakes came from
Right.
him, which is amazing. So I've kind of pushed that forward, and now it's come full circle because now I train first responders on how to handle venomous snake calls. So thanks to my dad and his first responder job, him teaching me how to love and appreciate these unlovable creatures has really paid off.
Well, Georgia was the hub for a lot of TV shows and movies for a while there, right?
Yeah, it still is. It's just not as much. It's sad. I know some of the best people in the industry that haven't worked in a year or two,
Oh,
and
I bet. Yeah.
that's frustrating to see. We've lost a lot of work. We've lost a lot of shows. There were times where I was leaving one movie set and where I really should be going home and getting some rest, I was driving straight to another movie set because there were not enough snake wranglers for all the films that were shooting here.
Right.
And it's just not that way anymore.
Yeah, I could imagine. You mentioned the development of AI too.
Right.
That's killing a lot of people now, and I got a feeling it's going to get a lot worse before it gets much better.
Yeah, it's everywhere. And people who I feel like are really smart and don't normally fall for AI will even send me videos that are AI.
Right.
And I always say, that's AI, right? And they're like, no, I can't believe it. I can't believe I fell for that. So people that I even think would never fall for AI are falling for AI. It's getting better and better. So they're slowly getting to where they don't need wild spaces to shoot in. They can create them.
Right.
And without the real wild spaces, they don't need people like me.
Yeah, but have you given any consideration to what you're going to do now, being that, uh, like you said, the All Things Wild doesn't pay anything? You say you do dermatology on the side.
Dermatology on the side. Yeah. I am a one woman show. I handle it all, and I do use my own funds a lot of times for vet bills or trapping or even just gas. And you know how high gas is right now.
Oh yeah,
Um, yeah, all of my money goes right back into giving back. I kind of feel like at some point, if you give nothing but good, nothing but good can come back. I'm waiting for that to happen. I'm ready for it,
yeah,
world.
yeah. You and me both, right? Jesus, yeah. So it's a long rough road. All right.
It
I
it is.
haven't experienced the getting the good part back yet, but I think it all comes in little spurts. It just doesn't come all at once, you know.
Right. I'll
Uh,
take anything right now. I feel like lately things have been crazy. The whole everything has just been crazy. And we can talk about anything you want to talk about. Um, I know we talk about snakes. I know that's your main
no,
jam,
no,
but
no, that's not really my thing. Because I always think that people are more interested in the people than
right.
what they keep or what they're trying to sell, right? Uh,
Right. Right.
and it's just because regardless of what you're buying, you want to know that you're not buying from an asshole, right?
Correct.
So
Yeah.
like it's always it's always my deal to make people kind of get to know the person more than the animals, right?
Right.
So not to get off top, well, like I love animals, right? But I definitely think that the personality behind the person that you're talking to or buying from is more important than the animals that they keep. Uh,
Right. Right.
Now you're not even a breeder. You do keep, right?
I do keep. I'm not a breeder. I am a native snake snob. And I know all the ball python people out there, please don't come at me. I do love ball pythons. I love all snakes. But I really am a, shocking as it may seem, I'm a venomous snake keeper. And I do prefer keeping venomous native snakes. I have for years, never had any issues. I'm very, very, very mindful of what I'm doing and how I'm doing it because all eyes are on me. I know that the people who know what I'm doing, not only am I representing all venomous snake keepers, I'm representing women in this industry. And there's always those people that are waiting for us to fail, you know. So
And there's so few of you, you
there,
know,
there
in this,
is.
in the industry, in the hobby in general. Well, like I'm from New York, and like you were saying before, we have timber rattlesnakes here, but not where I live, right? Right?
Right.
Like I'm exactly opposite of you. Well, like the way I grew up, I never went camping. I still to this day have never went camping. If I go camping, I need it to be in a cabin in the woods with Wi-Fi and a hot tub overlooking a lake. Now I
Okay.
won't
Yeah.
go in that lake, okay, but
Right.
I like to look at it. So I've never been fishing in my life.
Oh,
I've never,
wow.
yeah, like I am the anti-man, right?
Okay. You,
Like
you are missing out. I cannot explain to you how exhilarating it is to go fishing or to get in the lake and catch turtles and catch water snakes and
to see, I'd be worried about getting in a lake, and it's for reasons that you would never even think. Like I'd be afraid something would crawl in one of the holes in my body in a lake because that's just not like I couldn't do that.
right.
But I do. I found these motorized wheelchairs, right, that lets you go hunting and lets you go camping.
Right.
And I'm thinking about getting one of those and going on some Bigfoot hunts in Tennessee and Oregon. I'm thinking about traveling this year. And I'm going to actually have to camp, which means I'm going to have to sleep on the floor. And
Right.
I've never slept on the floor in my life. Like I never bought a tent. Like because
Oh,
I never
wow.
had a reason to
Yeah.
buy a tent. I've never slept in a tent. Um, yeah, no, I was on some grass once, right? And then I'm gonna hopefully I'll be on some grass again. And I want to go like into the forest, into the like into the woods. I want to do that. And
That that's where my soul is. That's where I find my soul.
well,
Everything
being that
quiets.
technology has come far enough where I can do it now.
Right.
But like, believe me, I'm not going to go Bigfoot hunting thinking that I'm going to find Bigfoot. Okay, I'm not going
Right.
to do it. But I want the experience to go on a trail. Okay,
Right.
possibly pitch a tent. I'm 52 years old. I've never done these things in my life. So I just think it's time. I just think it's time because like it's taken me my whole life living in the city to realize that I just hate people and the city. You know,
Yeah. Yeah.
like people are just the worst. You know, a person like a dog will never disappoint you. A
Never.
person will always disappoint you. You
Yes,
know,
I
and
agree.
it's taken me this long to figure that out. Um, you know, regardless, that's the 5 year plan is to go in the woods and go camping, even though I'm handicapped. And
I highly recommend it. And there and being handicapped doesn't keep you from enjoying life. They've got so many new things um that can help you enjoy those places. I highly recommend Cumberland Island off the coast of Georgia where the wild horses are. That's
oh, I would like
definitely
to see that. Yeah.
that's wow. That is something else.
Yeah, I would definitely love to go see it. Well, like I told you before, the retirement plan is Tennessee, so
Right.
going, you know, getting there and having access to, well, like one of the reasons that I've never went camping is because I never had any friends that were like, let's go camping. All right.
Now you do.
Well, I'm glad now because now because I feel like I missed out on a lot. Like if The Walking Dead ever did come to fruition, like I'd be
You would be, yeah.
like I would not know what like I don't know how to shoot a deer. I don't know how to skin it. Like I've never killed anything in my life. I've never you know and like hunting. I didn't realize to some people is like such a huge part of their lives. You know, fishing is such a huge part of people's lives. Like doing anything outdoors and having that connection with the outdoors is such a huge thing. And living in you know 12 miles from Manhattan, I've never done any of that. Well, like
Right.
my father was never like, "Yo, let's spend this weekend camping." You
Oh
know,
yeah.
never.
Yeah, the first time I went camping, I was 6 weeks old. So they
Oh,
literally, I was indoctrinated into the camping world.
yeah, you were born into it.
I was
Yeah.
born into it. Yeah. And we would go, he would say, my dad saved all of his time off from the fire department because they would work like 24 on and have 48 off. Well, he would work several days in a row and bank all his time. And we would go to the woods and we'd be out there for 2 or 3 weeks at a time.
Oh, that's what do you do when you gotta go to the bathroom out there?
There's, like campgrounds, they do have like bathrooms.
Oh,
We
okay.
also
All right.
can't, we also had a camper too.
Mm,
It didn't necessarily mean it had a bathroom. It was the 70s. So,
right.
you know,
No, believe me, I spent my time on enough tour buses to know that that bathroom is really
it's
not a bathroom.
not a bathroom. It's for emergency use
Yeah.
only.
We had a we had a rule on the bus, no number twos on the bus. You know,
Right, right.
you wait, you hold it until you get to the next stop, right?
Right. You
Uh,
you you learn how to make do when you're out there that long. Um, there is no picky eating. You eat what is there. There is no, I'm bored. There's always something to do.
oh,
Um,
you ate what you caught?
we did eat what we caught. We did.
Oh,
We
I've
would,
never
yeah,
done
we
that.
would go fishing. Right. I know how to process. I was processing my dad's catch. I was 6 and 7 years old,
Oh,
and I could scale and
that's
gut a
crazy.
fish. And I mean, it was like 30 minutes from being caught to in the fryer to on the table. Yeah.
That's not, I won't even eat fruit off a tree, right? Like
Right.
we had an orange a small little orange grove on one of the properties we owned in LA. And my singer, I remember he came over the house and he just picked an orange off the tree, right? And started peeling it and he just ate it. And I was like, "What are you doing?" Right? I'm like, bugs crawl on there, and he's like, "This is the best kind of fruit." He goes, "It has a peel," and I go, "Listen to me." I go, "Oranges belong in a pile with other oranges with barcodes on them in a supermarket. Okay, you don't just eat fruit off the tree. What are you, fucking crazy? All right.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
yeah, no, I got a feeling
No,
that I wasted my whole life. I wasted my
it's
whole life with that line of thinking, you know?
yeah. Now as I've gotten older and I'm definitely very much more empathetic towards animals, I can't know I can't know my food. So if I go fishing now, I am a catch and release girl. I can't catch something and eat it now. It hurts my heart.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Catch and release.
Yeah.
That's like masturbation without the payoff, right? I don't know if I could do that. Uh, if I catch a fish, God knows I'd be so lucky that I caught that fish. Like I'm eating that fish. Like
The whole thing is it's it's a religious experience. I don't know how to explain it. It's silent, it's peaceful, it's quiet. You have one aim and it's to catch that fish, and you may try for a couple of hours. You're getting nibbles. You know it's there. You know you're going to catch it. You know you're going to catch it. You know you're going to catch it. You finally catch it. Reeling it in is a whole nother thing. It's great, but to be able to release it also is really great. But as a kid, I ate them. Now, if my dad were still alive, we'd be eating them.
but
He would demand it.
let me tell you something. I would if I reeled a fish in, I would freak the fuck out that I reel like I couldn't believe that I'd be doing that.
It's
You know,
exhilarating. It's
I,
exhilarating.
I don't even get like yeah. So if I catch a goldfish, I'm frying that thing up. I don't care. Like I'm gonna eat it.
Right, right.
And I'm empathetic to animals too. But I do understand the the feeling that you can catch and eat your own food. Like I
Right.
do get that part,
If I
right?
had to, I could. And in working on The Walking Dead, there were so many times that, I'm standing on the sidelines watching whatever the storyline is for that week, and I'm thinking to myself, I'd rather take a bullet to the brain. Like, there's no way I could survive this. There's no way I'd want to survive this.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
It's insanity. It's absolute insanity just watching the storylines play out. Um, the things that we take for granted, tea and coffee, cigarettes. I'm not a smoker, but cigarettes, fuel, bullets, all of those things that do
Right.
run out. Yeah.
Electricity. Yeah.
Yeah, electricity, a hot shower.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. I can't even. The Walking Dead ever happened, I'd have to just immediately hurl myself down a flight of steps or something because
I'm not gonna make it. I'm not gonna
yeah,
make it.
yeah,
I might make it a week or two, but I am no Daryl Dixon. I am no Rick Grimes. It's just not gonna happen. I'm
a
never gonna
week
make
or
it.
two.
A
Dude,
week
what
or
are you,
two.
Superwoman? I would not make it a week or two.
I
Like
think
I
I
would
could
make
make it a
it.
week or two. I think I could make it a week or two. Yeah.
I'd make it a day until like the plumbing stopped working, and I'd be like, "Yeah, I got to kill myself. This is ridiculous."
Yeah.
Um,
No.
yeah. Um, so when productions do come to town,
Mhm.
how did they find you? Did they find you through the
Word of
uh,
mouth,
NDR?
usually. It's usually word of mouth. I don't know that I wouldn't say that I'm famous, but I'm famous for what I do.
Right.
So I guess there's not a lot of snake wranglers in Georgia, and there's not a lot of female snake wranglers. And there's been jokes that I do wear Gucci on set, and I do
Mm,
because if I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna look good while I'm doing it.
yeah. Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. 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 You're a woman. You're a Southern woman. Yeah.
yeah, I'm gonna have the lipstick. I'm gonna have it all. It's. So you kind of make a name for yourself and you earn the respect, and people see your ethics and how you work. And it's not just me catching snakes, it's me looking out for their best interest as well as my cast and my crew. I think a lot of people, when they first see me or they first meet me, they're a little hesitant of what could she possibly do. And it's, it's always fun to, when I catch that first snake in front of someone, and the everybody's up in arms because there's a copperhead on set or there's a cottonmouth, and everybody's flipping out, and I just go over and I just snatch it right up. Of course, I'm using my tools.
I was
I'm
gonna say
very,
you use a
yes,
hook, right? Yeah, of
yes. I'm
course.
not free handling. No,
Uh,
no, no, no free handling here.
I'm a big advocate of not free handling venomous
Yes,
snakes too.
yes,
When I see these
yes.
dudes on YouTube just free handling these snakes that could kill them, I'm like, don't you
It's
realize that it's only going to take one shot of you dropping dead
yeah,
to literally ruin it for all the
for all of us. For
people
all of us.
that do it. Yeah,
We have a responsibility, um as venomous snake keepers. We already have a bad name. You know,
mm,
if one gets loose, it's on every news channel. It doesn't even happen to have to happen in your hometown. It can
yep,
happen, you know, states away, but it is going to be all over the news. This person had all these venomous snakes and one got loose and nobody knows where it is, or this person got bit. And that's why I do take it so seriously what I do, because I don't want to be the person that
right,
everybody looks at and goes, "Oh, Kim Bell Mross ruined it for us. Did you see what she did?"
yeah,
So, yeah, no. Plus, I've got a lot of kids that look up to me and watch what I do. And I don't want them to look at me and go, "Well, if Miss Kim can do it, I think I can do it too."
right,
So
right,
I owe it to those kids that look up to me. I think it's important that we set an example for everyone in this industry. And I've called out a few of the free handlers before, and um, they always come back, or you're just scared. That's why you don't do it. No, I'm not scared. I just know better. I have more respect for the animal, and I have more respect for my fellow venomous snake keepers than to do something as stupid as to show off, because that's what you're doing, is you're
right.
showing off.
That's
Yeah,
all you're
it's
doing.
yeah.
Did
It's
you
not
see that?
helping. It's not helping anybody.
Did
It's
you
not
see
helping
that
anybody.
idiot that was handling the baby taipan?
Yes. Oh, yes. Yes. Yes.
I mean, that was the
He
first guy that I've ever seen an anti venom place say, "No, we're not giving you any."
I'm so glad they did, as they should,
So was I.
as they should.
Mm.
He should have not gotten anything. He should have not gotten help. I know that's going against a lot of things right now, what I'm saying, but he was asking for it and he's already back to doing it again.
Oh my god! Like literally within 6 months.
Yes, yes, he
Of,
almost died. He almost
yeah,
died. Yeah,
of his recovery from
yes,
almost dying.
yes, and he's
Uh,
doing it again.
Unbelievable,
Yeah,
unbelievable. And
and
he has
he has
an African cat
thousands of,
also.
yeah, he has thousands and thousands and thousands of followers.
Yeah,
Um,
but
I'm
but
the
but he's
I'm the I'm the good girl of the snake world. Like, I don't do anything that I'm not supposed to do.
well, and this dude
It's not going to
is
get me followers, but that's
small,
okay.
and he has thousands and thousands of followers.
Yes, people
Uh,
think that what he and he's just a disgusting human being. I don't know if you've seen any of his stuff. Occasionally, somebody will send a clip to me. I do. I blocked him. I there's a lot of sleaze bags in this industry,
oh
as
yeah,
with every industry, but this guy in particular, I can't even remember what his name is. It's not important. He's a loser anyway, but he's a real sleaze bag, and he thinks that women all love him and want
yeah,
him.
yeah,
And
yeah.
I was
I
like,
mean,
"Have you looked in the mirror?"
he's one of the ugliest dudes that I've ever seen in my life.
Dude,
Right?
if you were
Like
the last man on earth, I would become a lesbian. Like,
yeah,
there's
yeah. No,
no
no,
way.
I get it, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Well. There.
He's full of himself.
Yeah, but for no reason, right? Like
Right. I don't
you're
get it.
not even good at what you do if you've gotten bitten, and if your African cat attacks you, you know, and then he made up some story about how he has some big what do they call it as
Oh,
cervix
the serval, the
serval.
cat. Yeah, the serval.
And
Yeah.
he has one of the, and he had this story where he was walking the cat, right, and a bear attacked them, and the bear beat him up, like beat the shit out of him, right? So he
See,
has
that's why
claws.
women choose bears. See, even the bear knew.
Yeah, yeah. Well, that women choosing the bear thing, I think, kind of is bullshit too. And but I also like the counter one to that. If you were a guy, would you rather be stuck in the woods with a woman or a dog? And all the guys picked the dog,
I'd
right?
pick the dog.
Oh,
I'd pick
without
a
a doubt.
dog.
Yeah, well, yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, that's all you'd have to hear, right?
Yeah.
Would you rather 30 miles of walking with somebody complaining the whole time, or would you rather 30 miles in silence with a dog, just you know, catching you something to eat, you know, doing everything that a friend would? Yeah, no, I get that.
Yeah.
Uh, now, you've had another brush with fame, right? You were on Wife Swap.
I was.
Yeah.
I
Well,
was.
what was that like?
Oh my God. That was I love the human experience. So I was definitely game for it. They had been trying for a couple of years to get me on the show and I wouldn't do it. And they're like, "Oh, it's going to be so great though because you've got all these snakes." You can see some of the clips on YouTube. And what was crazy about it was, of course, they swap you with another family that is completely opposite.
Right.
And
Imagine
so
so.
the
Okay.
family was a hunting family, which I'm okay with hunting, but these people were like, they had 88 dogs that lived outdoors. They lived in these kennels. They weren't taken care of. I mean, they were fed, and that was about it. The only time they got out of the kennel was if they were taken hunting. Um, but she had to take care of my snakes. And the woman hated snakes. She hated snakes. But they made me remove all my venomous snakes out of the house before we shot there because that was a safety issue. But yet I was walking around on set at their house with a loaded gun. So I found it interesting that they had me that it was okay for me to walk around with a loaded gun with a full crew of people and extras and stuff, but I couldn't have a venomous snake that was locked down in a safety double locked enclosure that could have hurt no one. So they kind of took the fun out of it, um, by not letting her put my cottonmouth in the jacuzzi tub and letting him swim around because that was his favorite thing to do. So they didn't do any of that. So it was interesting what they thought was dangerous and what
How
was
long
really
was that
dangerous.
process?
5 days. They took my
Oh,
phone from me. If I would have had my phone, I would have called the Humane Society.
right.
It was it. If you see the episode, it's Mross versus Parker, and we shot that I think three or 4 months before everything shut down for COVID. So, and ironically, 2 months after we shot that, my marriage fell apart.
Oh
So,
God. Okay.
yeah, by the time it came out, the marriage was done. It was it was a mess. It was just a mess, but it made for good TV. I think people really learned to appreciate snakes a little bit. Um, I don't know if I changed the family's mind as much, but they were killers. They wanted to kill anything and everything, including snakes.
And how did you get along? I assume there was kids and a husband, right?
His name was Bubba. No,
Bubba.
no shit, Bubba. Yep. I was on a dirt road in South Georgia with a man named Bubba, and he had 7 kids. No, he had 6 kids. He had 4 5-year-olds. They had quadruplets, and
Oh,
it was something. She got a break. She got to go to my house. I had one child, and he just keeps to himself. But she did have
right.
all the snakes. She had all the snakes.
But did she have to take care? Like, what other snakes did you have that she had to take care of?
At the time, I think the scariest thing I had was probably the hognose, the eastern hognose. I had a right before we shot that episode, that episode, there was a guy going to prison for life, and I get this phone call from his soon to be ex-wife that says, I don't know you, but my husband knows you. I don't know this guy. I don't know who he is, where he is, if he's out. From what I understand, he's never getting out. But he had all these animals, and he requested that they go to me. Never met the guy,
Okay.
but he knew about me. So we took in, I had a house full at the time that we shot that show, and I had a ton of ball pythons. I had boa constrictors. I had blue tongue skinks and turtles and tarantulas and eastern hognose and milk snakes and copperheads and cottonmouth and rattlesnakes. But we had to take all those, all the fun ones had to get taken out of the house. So we had all the baby stuff, the ball pythons that aren't going to hurt anybody. But
Right. Yeah.
uh, it was it was an experience. I was glad I did it. I got love letters from all over the world, which really made me happy. Um, and of course, I got called crazy by a bunch of people, but that's okay.
That's typical.
Everybody's,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. They're entitled to their opinion, whatever.
Yeah. No, no. I bet at this stage in your career, you're used to that, right?
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Being a woman in this industry is not for the faint of heart, because even on calls that I get called onto, for instance, DNR called me one day and said, "Hey, can you come up to the North Georgia Zoo? There's a rattlesnake up there. Somebody dumped it off at the entrance at the gate in a pillowcase. We don't even know what kind it is. We just know there's a rattlesnake in there because we can hear it."
Oh God. Okay.
And I said, "Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. This is like Christmas. I don't even know what I'm getting." And because, we don't know where the snake came from, obviously I'm going to have to keep it. So I
Uh,
show up to the zoo to acquire the snake, and the guy looks at me and he goes, "Well, I thought they were sending me a snake wrangler." And I said, "Well, I am a snake wrangler." And he proceeded to turn to my husband at the time and start talking to him.
yeah.
And then had the audacity to take my tools out of my hand to handle said snake that was about to be my snake. Um, so there's not a lot of respect for women in the industry. People don't really want to respect you when you stick up for something like a venomous snake anyway. They don't get it. It's fine. You can feel however you want, but I will always be the voice of the underdog. And venomous snakes are definitely the underdog of the animal community. So I guess I'll just stay there
Actually,
with it.
that happens. That was one of the main reasons that I started this Sunday show, because I have a main show also that I interview breeders around the world with. But I, I would see and I would hear the women breeding companies. They would get pissed off when someone would come up to their table at a show and just start talking about the husband, talking to the husband like
Talking
he
to the
was,
husband
you know,
as if we don't know anything.
right.
Right.
And I love the fact when a woman just schools a dude in knowledge, because you breed ball pythons and you think you're an animal breeder, but you're literally doing nothing that the animals wouldn't do for themselves anyway, right? Like if the
Right.
animal came across each other in the wild, they're going to do
They're
exactly
gonna,
that.
yeah, right.
Um, and I used to love it when the dudes would know nothing about the animal itself, just putting two animals in a tub together, and the women would know so much more than all the dudes. And I loved when the women actually, would be vocal about it and would let them, the guys know, that they
Right.
know more than them. So believe me, I seen it firsthand. You,
Yeah,
you know,
it happens. Even in, I help run what kind of snake is this, Georgia and snake ID of the Appalachians, and I can give an ID, and sometimes guys will second guess it. Not all the time. It's been a while since that's happened. Most people realize now I'm an admin, so I might know what I'm talking about. Uh, but they want a second opinion. They're not going to go for what my answer is, um, or they will re-guess my answer and it's wrong.
right.
Um, Big fan of that. Yeah, it's this industry is can be a really beautiful industry, and I have made some amazing friends through the reptile community, and I'm so happy to be a part of it. I wish that we could all have more and more snakes. I know that that's kind of a different subject, but like here in Georgia, the laws are very different. So we can only keep native venomous, but we can only also keep non non-native, non-venomous.
Right.
So it's, there's definitely some that I would like to have, and I think that I'm a capable enough keeper to have them, but my state doesn't permit it.
Yeah, no, no, but believe me, we have the same problem here in New York. We have in New York, it's if you're caught keeping venomous, it's 5 years mandatory.
Oh,
You
wow.
know, yeah,
Wow.
you can't keep any constrictor over 6 feet. You
Oh,
know
okay. Yeah, that is, yeah.
so you could keep a baby boa, right?
But
But you
once
may
it grows
not
up,
be able
then
to
what
keep an
happens
adult
to it?
boa. So yeah, the rules are just so ridiculous. And I know in Georgia that there's like, do you have licensing that you have to get to keep anything?
No, no,
No.
no, no. Anybody can own a venomous snake in Georgia, and they do. It's more common
That
than you would think. It's a Georgia thing.
I'm going to be at the Gettysburg Reptile Expo this weekend, and in Pennsylvania, uh, yeah, they just let anybody keep
Yeah,
anything. You
yeah,
you know, you see
yeah.
a 9-year-old walking around with a baby rattlesnake, in
It's
a little tub with a red piece of tape on it, and I'm just like, how do these people survive? But I'm guessing, like all the venomous keepers, uh, the bad ones are gonna weed themselves out eventually, right? By not
I
being
hope.
fast enough, right?
Yes, I
So
hope. Yeah.
that's what happens to this Jeff Leibowitz guy, right?
That's
Mm,
it. That's his
That
name,
yeah,
Jeffrey Leibowitz.
yeah,
Hi, Jeff,
and
if you're
I don't know why
watching, don't
I
like
just
you.
thought of it. No, 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 dude, if you're watching this, well, go fuck yourself, man.
Go fuck yourself.
Yeah, yeah, and I mean, literally, you should be,
The worst of the
you
worst
should.
human.
It should be illegal for you to keep any animal. Okay, regardless of mammal, reptile, anything. All right. But yeah, the rules here in New York are a little bit, like I know people that had to move because they were keeping retics. You know,
Right.
so
No, that's one snake that I am not a fan of.
really,
Yes.
I wasn't a fan.
Give me a rattlesnake any day over one. They're just too bitey. Yeah, I'm not a fan.
I think they used to be, but we have so many generations of captive bred now that it's calmed them down. Like when I first started this in 1999, maybe 98, uh, any retics brought in were just they were going to bite you. They were going to be just obnoxious pets. They weren't
Right.
going to eat. But same with the blood pythons, right? Like my first blood pythons were all wild caught, all uh, just horrible animals. All right,
Right.
but now
Beautiful, but
now through so much captive breeding, they've gotten better. And I always said this about any snake. Like when you look at a reticulated python, when you look at a, a rattlesnake, when you look at a copperhead, you could look in their eyes and you could tell that they're thinking, right?
oh,
That they're trying to
absolutely.
figure out
Yeah.
something, right?
Right.
When you look at a ball python, they're just like, huh? Oh, what's going on
Derp,
over here? You
derp,
know,
derp.
and you're just like, yeah, that's why when people that breed ball pythons are super arrogant, like nothing pisses me off more, right? Like you're breeding the dumbest animal possibly on the planet, right?
They're so sweet and derpy though. I mean,
The
they
thing is that
are.
they're derpy and cute, you know,
Yes.
and
Yes.
and they're for people that don't like snakes, they could still look at a ball python and be like, oh man, that's a cute snake. That doesn't look
Right.
like a snake in the Bible, right? That
Right.
looks like a derpy little, like almost special needs snake, right?
Right.
So but yeah, I normally have a lot more respect for people keeping other species of snakes rather than ball pythons, because the majority of ball python people that got into it in the last 5 years have gotten into it strictly for the money.
Right.
Because they see that these snakes are selling for $10,000, $12,000
And
a piece.
I don't get it because they all look alike to me. And sometimes someone will turn one over to me, um, that is some special rainbow, whatever. And I'm like, really?
Yeah,
This snake is worth what?
right,
I
right.
just adopt them back out. I mean, a $20 adoption fee, you can come and adopt one of these snakes from me.
Right,
Um, because I don't get it. It's a snake. It's a ball python. I don't care the color. I don't care. It's still a ball python.
right, right. Well, at the end of the day, that's really all it is, right?
Yeah,
So
it's just a ball python.
yeah. Um, Now, what's the 5 year plan for all things wild?
Ooh, that's a good question. I don't know. I'm just trying to make it through the end of this month. Um,
I get it, right?
I'm
I get it.
telling you,
I run a reptile podcast. I get it. Okay.
it is. Life has not been kind lately. So I am right now. I'm waiting. I'm currently waiting to get into my house. I have a house that has been leased for the last 3 years, and finally getting the people out. So I'm finally going to be back into a home where I can have all of my critters like I like. Um, Really, I would love to just keep on educating, keep on saving, keep on rescuing.
Now, and this may sound like a dumb question, but only because I'm kind of ignorant to the education end of it. Is there a way to make it profitable? Is there a way to
I've
rent
been
out these
told,
animals? Or
yeah, I've been told to do TikTok and such. I'm Gen X. I'm so
yeah,
anti.
I
Uh,
get it. I refuse to do TikTok.
yeah, I just, I do have some educational videos on my page, and some of them the cottonmouth video has gone viral, the copperhead video has gone viral, and it's, it might make me $100 here, $100 there. But that money just goes right back into my gas tank to go rescue
Right.
some more.
Yeah.
So
Get it.
it's
Yeah. I totally
all
get that.
things wild in 5 years will be completely broke.
Right. No, I get it. Yeah. No, the Fat Man Nation will be completely broke too. So
Yeah,
I get it. But if we don't have a rosy outlook, what do we have, right?
right.
So you got
Somebody's
to
got
keep
to be the
doing it.
voice.
Yeah, I'm Gen X too, and it took me till 50 to be like, man, just start doing what you like doing. Fuck
Yeah.
what people
Don't
think about
fuck
it.
fuck. I've spent my whole life worried about what people thought about me, and I've always been a little different. Even in my teenage years, I was the punk rock girl
Mm,
in a country town in Georgia that doesn't work out real well.
mm,
But I've always kind of gone to the beat of my own drum, and me being a venomous snake handler is no different. I don't care what anybody thinks.
right.
I'm happy.
Yeah. Yeah. No, no,
That's
I
all that
get it.
matters at the end of the day is, are you happy with the life that you're living? Things are going to go wrong. Things always go wrong. That's part of life. But are you happy with what you're doing? And if I
Yeah.
can say yeah every night when I go to bed, then fuck what anybody else thinks.
Yeah. No, no, I've been,
Sorry,
uh,
mom, if you're listening.
well, I do a lot of negative takes on the ball python hobby, right?
Right,
Simply because I just think that you could be a fan of the hobby by still calling out the negative stuff that goes on in the hobby, right?
right,
And
right,
I've been called miserable. I'm just hating life. I'm like, dude, I almost died twice in the last 3 years. Like, you will not find anybody more happy to be alive than me. Okay.
right.
So that's when I just thought, go out and control your own narrative, right? And just, regardless of what people think of you, like
Yes.
my main show is called Snakes and the Fat Man, and I was like, you people are not going to shut me up. I'll do a show on mechanics and call it Breaks and the Fat Man. All right. I'll do a show and only interview gardeners and call it Rakes and the Fat Man. Like I'm not going to go anywhere. And this is like I'm a big like tech guy. I love I'm an early adapter on all the new camera equipment and all the live streaming equipment and it's fun stuff like that. But I still I still love the ball pythons. I still love animals in general. And I just figured it's about time where you just stop giving a shit what people think
Yeah.
and just move
They're
on.
gonna think it about you anyway.
Right, right. Yeah,
Just
that's why
do you. Do
yeah, no,
you. Yeah.
I'll do, yeah, Kevin said I'll do steaks in the Fat Man and just go to steakhouses all over the country. I don't care. Yeah, I
Right.
don't care. Yeah, my whole thing is if you get one or two people to laugh at during your show, then you're doing more than most people.
Right.
And my whole thing is you never know what anybody else is going through, and if you can make a person's shitty week a little less shittier because they laughed at something you said, then that's the goal of all this.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely. If I can change one person's perception on snakes and snakes in their natural habitat, then I've done my job.
yeah, yeah, no.
That's all I care about. That's all I
Mm.
care about.
Well, we're coming up on about an hour now, and we normally like to keep it this an hour because I know everybody got to wake up early on Monday. But is there anything that you want to pimp out or you know uh, promote that you're doing? At this point in time.
I wish there was. Just peace, love, and snakes.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Well, on that note, I'm going to throw you backstage. Kim, thank you so much
Thanks for
for
having
doing
me.
this whole
Of
thing, man. I
course.
had a great
Yeah.
time with you.
Thank
Um,
you.
and do me a favor, just hang out backstage for a minute. I'm just going to close things out, okay?
Okay. Sounds great.
All right. Man, she was pretty awesome. I got to say, listen, it's nice to know that there are people like that in the hobby. Um, Regardless, guys, thanks for sticking around. Don't forget, me and Jay, Green Line Morphs, are going to be at the Gettysburg Reptile Expo. Jay's going to be venting. I'm going to be going live. We're both going to be pimping Operation Deeds Not Words too. And we're going to be selling these exclusive black shirts. Uh, Could only get them through the live events that we do this year. So we definitely want to hit that $10,000 goal for Camp Freedom. And guys, I hope to see you in Gettysburg. We always have a great time when we're there. So I will see you guys in 2 weeks. Don't forget to watch us live all day. Saturday, the 28th, from the Gettysburg Reptile Expo. And I'll see you guys, let's see when, either on the 1st or 2 weeks or Gettysburg, wherever. Hope to see you guys there. Take it easy, guys.